Dante's inspiration is a rather obvious reference off the bat.
Yep. Well, Dante's inspiration actually has a couple different things happening at the same time. So, Dante's inspiration, the song itself is entirely like, it's sort of almost like trying to personify all of the contradictions and all of the it's trying to personify all of the contradictions of bourgeois ideology. By that I mean, like, when I say like bourgeois ideology, I mean like rich people and like fuck rich people, but they are somehow always torn between the fact that they need other people to live, like they need the mass base of society to live, because, you know, we buy their shit, and like without us they would have no money. But also, like, they are constantly obsessed with being new, selling us their images, like being on the cutting edge, like sort of being in a league of their own. So there is just this like perpetual tension between being purely themselves and also constantly having to sell that self to other people. Dante's inspiration, the name itself comes from, well, obviously, like, Dante, as in, you know, from, like, Inferno and Divine Comedy. But Nietzsche once wrote, and I take Nietzsche in a, you know, a critical light, but he still has some good ideas sometimes. But Nietzsche had remarked that St. Thomas Aquinas, who was, you know, a medieval theologian and philosopher, had remarked that he had an idea that part of what heaven meant was that the participants, or the people in heaven, would be able to see the suffering of the damned as part of their own, you know, like part of what made it like so good to be in heaven was that they could see other, like the damned suffering. And Nietzsche had remarked that, you know, Dante had made a mistake insofar as in the Inferno, he wrote above the portal to hell, I too am born of primordial love, or I too am born of original love, depending on the translation. But like the idea that even the damned too are still like of kin with those in heaven, but like, you know, from that idea, like from Aquinas's, those in heaven are almost more demonic than those that ultimately got like doomed to hell. And also Schopenhauer, a 19th century very pessimistic philosopher. Schopenhauer honestly is very much a bastard, but he still influenced it for better or for worse a lot of you know, 20th century critical theory, and also Nietzsche, and then also Freud, and then also psychoanalysis. He's got his fucking dirty fingers on a lot of stuff. But Schopenhauer asked, when he was like just basically remarking on the general misery or the general unhappiness of the world in its existence, from where did Dante get his inspiration to write poetry about hell, if not from this material reality we have ourselves? That's paraphrasing, but Dante's inspiration comes in that point. I never wanted to make the point that I am trying to say that life is hell, because I truly do believe life can be so much more than that, and that we should aspire to making life more than hell. But from the perspective, if we're getting now back to bourgeois ideology, that torturous sort of like split idea between like hating people and needing people at the same time.
But I really honestly was curious about hell as other people a lot. And because I really think on the surface it sounds like, ooh, other people are bad.
Yeah.
And it's like,
but like immediately it like hell is other people then becomes immediately countered with, but so am I. If you truly do believe that hell is other people, then you have to admit, because all my expectations, all my hopes, all my desires, everything that I know myself to be came from other people. We are always other people. I am everyone that I respect, everyone that helps me, every single one of us is simply just an amalgamation of the people around us that have shown us support and have shown it, like, we are each of us a community. We all contain multitudes. And so, like, when we say hell is other people, the immediate backshot has to be I am hell. So there is, like, still something kind of like romantic about it, something like, you know, overly existential, like, oh, no one will totally understand me as an individual. Like, yes, that's absolutely true. Like, and even with these lyrics, like, I can't entirely express everything, like, you know, personally I'm trying to feel, but there's still that drive to try to communicate it. And by the time you're trying to use language, language is like, that always comes from other people. You want to, like, try to say exactly how special you are, try saying that in your own language. Like, by the time you're speaking, you're always already using another's tongue. So, like, get used to it, buckle up, like, like, fucking figure it out. Like, you're another person. Like, you are other people, which is not a bad thing at all. Like, it's mostly just about, like, fucking let's help each other. Like, let's live in a goddamn society.
We live in a society.
We live in a, like, I am the anti-Joker.